Now let's take a look at graphing ogives. An ogive is a cumulative frequency graph. It's going to show the cumulative frequencies. So just a quick refresher, when you're making your frequency chart, your cumulative frequency is what you add up for each level. So up to class 1, we have a frequency of 5. Up to class 2, everything up to class 2, we would have 5 and 8, which would give us 13. Everything up to class 3, we would have 5, 8, and 12 added together, which would give us a total frequency of 25. And then everything counted up to class 4 would be 5, 8, 12, 9, which would give us 34. And then our final value for the cumulative frequency should be the total number of data values we have when we add up all the frequencies of all the classes. So 5, 8, 12, 9, and 6 together should give me 40. So that should give me the total number of data values. Now, when we graph an ogive, step 1, you take the lower limit of the first class and graph that on the x-axis. So you should have, in this case, since the lower limit is 0 for the first class, we should have the point 0, 0. So whatever this first value is right here, it should be plotted on the x-axis. Then step 2, we want to take the upper limits of each class and use that as our x value, and then the cumulative frequency should be used as the y value to plot our points. And then step 3 is to connect all the dots. Now, you want to make sure that you label it just like any other graph. Our x-axis, that's going to be the number of pages. And our y-axis, what we're graphing, is our cumulative frequency. My lowest value is 5 and my highest value is 40. So I want to make sure that my y-axis contains those values without going way too far past it. So I'm going to go by 5s up to 45. And then for the label, we're going to have the cumulative frequency. Now, for the pages, it looks like we go out to from 0 to 250. So I'm going to go by, say, 50s on this one. So here's 0, 50, 100, 150, 200, 250. Now we look at the lower limit of the first class, and that's going to go on the x-axis. So in this particular case, we're starting at the origin, 0, 0. That doesn't always happen, but in this case it does. Then we're going to use, let me highlight, then we're going to use the upper limits for each of our classes to use as the x values, and then our cumulative frequency will be used as our y. So that means I'm going to graph the point 55. So 50 is going to be used for my x, 5 is going to be used as the y. So I'm going to come out to 50 and go up to 5. Then I'm going to use 100 for my X and 13 for my Y. And then I'm going to use 150 for my X and 25 for my Y. Then 234, so right about here. And then the last point is 250 and then up to 40. So here's our ogive. Because when we graph an ogive, we're graphing the cumulative frequency. And every time we go down to the next level, to the next class, those values get bigger. So for each point, this graph should be increasing and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. If it doesn't consistently get bigger with each point, then you must be graphing the wrong values, and double check to make sure you're graphing the cumulative frequency.